Nobody's talking about this, but you need to know. What if I told you that a single meal, one you've probably been told is healthy your entire life, could be silently sabotaging your health, especially if you're over 60? A shocking 82% of adults are unaware of the hidden dangers lurking in some of the most popular fish at the grocery store. You think you're making a choice for your heart, for your brain, but you could be unknowingly consuming a cocktail of toxins that are particularly harmful as we age. Stay with me for the next few minutes because what I'm about to share will not only shock you, but it will also empower you to turn your next meal into a powerful tool for longevity and vitality. We're going to expose the four most toxic fish that anyone over 60 should never eat, and then I'll reveal the four nutritional powerhouses from the sea that you absolutely must add to your diet. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for the third toxic fish on our list. It's a popular one, and the truth about it might just make you rethink your entire approach to healthy eating. Let's dive right in. As we get older, our bodies become more susceptible to the effects of environmental toxins. Our detoxification systems may not work as efficiently as they did in our younger years, and our cells are more vulnerable to damage. This is why being selective about the fish we consume is not just a good idea, it's a critical component of healthy aging. The problem is the labels at the fish counter can be incredibly misleading. Terms like fresh and wild caught don't always tell the whole story. What's more, some fish, due to their position in the aquatic food chain and their environment, accumulate dangerous levels of heavy metals like mercury and industrial pollutants like polychlorinated biphenyls or PCBs. These toxins can have devastating effects on the brain, heart, and immune system, a risk that is significantly amplified for seniors. But here's the twist. Many of the fish that are highest in these contaminants are the very same ones often recommended for their omega 3 fatty acid content. It's a confusing and frustrating paradox, isn't it? You're trying to do something good for your body, but you could be inadvertently doing more harm than good. Don't worry, I'm going to clear up all of this confusion for you today. Wait until you see what happened when a group of seniors unknowingly consumed one of the fish on our toxic list for just 6 months. The results of the study were alarming, and I'll be sharing those with you shortly. Before we get to the never eat list, let's quickly talk about why this is so important for those over 60. As we age, maintaining cognitive function is a top priority for most of us. We want to stay sharp, engaged, and independent. The scary truth is that mercury, a potent neurotoxin, can directly interfere with brain function. Studies have shown that even low levels of chronic mercury exposure can lead to memory problems, slowed thinking, and an increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases. And where do most of us get our biggest dose of mercury? You guessed it, contaminated fish. The problem is compounded by the fact that mercury is a bioaccumulator, meaning it builds up in the bodies of fish over time. The longer a fish lives and the higher up it is on the food chain, the more mercury it's likely to contain. This is why a big predatory fish can have mercury levels millions of times higher than the surrounding water. It's a silent threat, one that you can't see, smell, or taste, but it's there. And if you're not careful, it could be on your dinner plate. Comment yes if you've ever felt overwhelmed by the sheer number of choices at the fish counter. You're not alone, and that's exactly why we're going to break it all down step by step. The real secret to navigating this successfully isn't just about avoiding the bad, it's about confidently choosing the good. And the first fish on our toxic list might just be a regular on your shopping list. So, let's pull back the curtain and expose the four toxic fish that seniors over 60 should avoid. First on our list is shark. This one might seem obvious to some, as shark isn't an everyday meal for most. However, it often appears on restaurant menus as a special or can be found in some specialty seafood markets. Here's why you need to steer clear. Sharks are apex predators. They are at the very top of the oceanic food chain, and for this reason, they accumulate incredibly high levels of mercury. A single serving of shark can contain more than the recommended weekly limit of mercury for an adult, and for a senior whose system is more vulnerable, this is a risk not worth taking. But it's not just mercury you need to worry about with shark. They also tend to have high levels of other toxins, including PCBs, which have been linked to cancer and immune system dysfunction. There's a fascinating and somewhat disturbing case study of a coastal community that regularly consumed shark meat and experienced a noticeable increase in neurological disorders among its elderly population. The link was traced directly back to the high mercury content in their diet. It's a stark reminder that what swims in the ocean can have a profound impact on our health on land. So, the next time you see shark steak on the menu, think of it as a hard pass for your long term health and well being. But what about a fish that's far more common, one that you might even have in your pantry right now? That's coming up next, and the information is crucial. The second toxic fish on our list is swordfish. Much like shark, swordfish are large, predatory fish that have a long lifespan. This gives them plenty of time to accumulate a significant amount of mercury from the smaller fish they eat. The FDA has issued a specific warning advising older adults, as well as pregnant women and young children, to avoid swordfish entirely. The mercury levels in swordfish are consistently among the highest of any commercially available fish. Think of it this way: for every delicious, meaty bite of swordfish, you're also getting a concentrated dose of a potent neurotoxin. Is it really worth it for the momentary culinary pleasure? The answer, especially for those of us who want to protect our brain health as we age, is a resounding no. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I love the taste of a good swordfish steak. I get it. It can be hard to give up foods we enjoy. But the good news is that there are so many equally delicious and far healthier alternatives out there. Later in this video, I'm going to introduce you to a fantastic meaty fish that has a similar texture to swordfish but without the toxic load. It's a game changer. For now, let's make a pact to leave swordfish off our plates. If you happen to be at a restaurant and swordfish is the special, a simple no thank you is a powerful act of self care. Now, for the one many of you have been waiting for, this next fish is a household name, and the truth about its dark side is something the fishing industry doesn't want you to know. Toxic fish number 3 is king mackerel. I want to be very clear here because there are several types of mackerel, and not all of them are created equal. We'll talk about a healthier mackerel option later on. But king mackerel is a fish to be avoided, particularly for older adults. This specific species is known to have some of the highest mercury levels found in fish. The Environmental Defense Fund has issued a health advisory for king mackerel due to its high mercury content. It's often found in the southern Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico, and while it might not be as common nationwide as some other fish, it's still readily available and can be a risky choice. What makes this so tricky is that mackerel, as a general term, is often praised for its omega-3 content. This is where those misleading labels and lack of specific information can be dangerous. You might think you're choosing a healthy mackerel when in fact you're choosing its high mercury cousin. A simple troubleshooting tip here: if you see mackerel on a menu or at the fish counter, always ask for the specific type. If they can't tell you, or if it is indeed king mackerel, it's best to choose something else. Your health is not worth the guessing game. Now, you might be wondering, what about canned fish? Is that a safer option? The answer might surprise you, and it leads us directly to our fourth and final toxic fish. The fourth toxic fish that seniors should be cautious of is tilefish, especially those from the Gulf of Mexico. Tilefish is another one of those species that consistently tests high for mercury. It's a bottom dwelling fish, and its feeding habits contribute to its high toxic load. The FDA has placed tilefish on its do not eat list for vulnerable populations, which includes older adults. What's particularly concerning about tilefish is that it's not as well known as some of the other high mercury fish. This means you could be eating it without even realizing the potential risk. It might be sold under a different market name or included in a generic whitefish dish at a restaurant. This is why being an informed consumer is your best defense. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Where did this fish come from? What kind of fish is it exactly? A reputable fishmonger or restaurant should be able to provide you with this information. If they can't, that's a red flag. Now let's talk about a real world example. A group of seniors in a coastal Florida community who frequently ate locally caught tilefish were found to have elevated mercury levels in their blood during a health screening. Once they were educated about the dangers and switched to safer fish options, their mercury levels dropped significantly within a few months. This just goes to show how quickly and positively our bodies can respond when we make the right dietary choices. We've covered the four fish to avoid: shark, swordfish, king mackerel, and tilefish. Take a moment and let that sink in. Don't skip ahead. The game changing part of this video, where we reveal the delicious and incredibly healthy fish you should be eating, starts right now. Now that we've cleared the waters of the most toxic fish, it's time for the good news. Let's talk about the four healthy and delicious fish that should be a regular part of your diet if you're over 60. The first on our must eat list is salmon, but with a very important caveat. We're talking specifically about wild caught Alaskan salmon. There's a world of difference between wild caught and farmed salmon. Farmed salmon is often raised in crowded pens, treated with antibiotics, and fed a diet that's unnatural for fish. As a result, its nutritional profile is inferior, and it can contain higher levels of PCBs and other contaminants. Wild caught Alaskan salmon, on the other hand, is a nutritional powerhouse. It's packed with omega 3 fatty acids, particularly DHA and EPA, which are crucial for brain health, reducing inflammation, and supporting cardiovascular function. These amazing fats can help keep your mind sharp and your heart strong. Salmon is also an excellent source of high quality protein, which is vital for maintaining muscle mass as we age. Plus, it's a great source of vitamin D, a nutrient many seniors are deficient in. So, how can you ensure you're getting the good stuff? Look for labels that specify wild caught Alaskan salmon. Sockeye, coho, and king salmon are all excellent choices. When it comes to option A versus option B, farmed versus wild, the choice for your health is clear. Wild caught is the undisputed winner. Try grilling a fillet with a little lemon and dill for a simple and delicious meal. You'll be feeding your brain and body exactly what it needs to thrive. The second healthy fish that you absolutely must add to your diet is sardines. I know, sardines can be a bit polarizing, but I urge you to give these little fish a second chance because their nutritional benefits are off the charts. Sardines are small, oily fish that are low on the food chain. This means they don't accumulate the high levels of mercury and other toxins that larger predatory fish do. What they are high in is a whole host of amazing nutrients. Like salmon, they are loaded with anti inflammatory omega 3 fatty acids. But that's not all. Sardines are one of the best food sources of calcium and vitamin D, two nutrients that are critical for bone health, especially for seniors who are at a higher risk of osteoporosis. And because you typically eat the entire fish, including the tiny soft bones, you're getting a huge dose of that bone building calcium. They're also packed with protein and vitamin B12, which is essential for energy production and nerve function. Worried about the taste? The key is in the preparation. Try mashing them with some avocado and lemon juice and spreading it on whole grain crackers, or toss them in a salad with some fresh greens, cherry tomatoes, and a light vinaigrette. I want you to try this now and see what happens. The next time you're at the grocery store, pick up a can of sardines packed in olive oil. The taste is much milder than you might expect, and your body will thank you for it. Most people miss out on the incredible benefits of this little fish. Don't be one of them. Our third healthy fish is Atlantic mackerel. Now, remember earlier when I warned you about king mackerel? This is its much healthier, much safer cousin. Atlantic mackerel is smaller than king mackerel and has a much lower mercury content. In fact, it's on the FDA's best choices list for fish consumption. This oily fish is another fantastic source of those all important omega 3 fatty acids. Just one serving can provide you with more than your daily requirement of these heart healthy and brain boosting fats. What's great about Atlantic mackerel is that it's also incredibly sustainable, so you can feel good about your choice for the environment as well. It has a rich, flavorful taste that holds up well to a variety of cooking methods. You can bake it, broil it, or even pan sear it. It pairs wonderfully with robust flavors like garlic, mustard, and horseradish. Here's a quick and easy recipe. Take a fillet of Atlantic mackerel, season it with salt, pepper, and smoked paprika. Broil it for a few minutes on each side until it's cooked through. Squeeze some fresh lemon juice over the top and serve it with a side of roasted vegetables. It's a delicious, satisfying, and incredibly nutritious meal that you can whip up in no time. For those of you who have been looking for a flavorful fish that's also safe and healthy, Atlantic mackerel is an excellent choice. But there's one more fish on our must-eat list, and it might just be the most versatile of them all. The fourth and final healthy fish that I highly recommend for seniors over 60 is cod. This mild, flaky white fish is a fantastic option for those who may not enjoy the stronger taste of oily fish like salmon or mackerel. But don't let its delicate flavor fool you. Cod is still a nutritional powerhouse. It's an excellent source of lean protein, which is essential for maintaining muscle strength and preventing age related muscle loss. Cod is also rich in phosphorus and selenium, two important minerals that play a role in bone health and antioxidant function. And while it's not as high in omega 3s as its oilier counterparts, it still provides a decent amount of these beneficial fats. The best part about cod is its versatility. You can bake it, poach it, steam it, or use it in soups and stews. It's the perfect canvas for a wide variety of herbs and spices. One of my favorite ways to prepare cod is to bake it in parchment paper with some sliced lemon, fresh dill, and a drizzle of olive oil. The parchment paper traps the steam and keeps the fish incredibly moist and flavorful. When choosing cod, look for Pacific cod, as it's generally considered to be a more sustainable choice than Atlantic cod. Now you have four fantastic, healthy, and safe fish to add to your rotation: wild caught Alaskan salmon, sardines, Atlantic mackerel, and cod. These fish will provide you with the essential nutrients you need to stay healthy, active, and sharp as you age. Now, as we near the end of our journey through the best and worst fish for seniors, I want to take a moment to really drive this home. This isn't about fear mongering or creating a list of forbidden foods. It's about empowerment. It's about giving you the knowledge and the confidence to walk into a grocery store or a restaurant and make the best possible choices for your long term health and vitality. You've now learned about the four toxic fish to avoid due to their high mercury content and other contaminants: shark, swordfish, king mackerel, and tilefish. And you've also discovered four incredibly healthy and delicious alternatives: wild caught Alaskan salmon, sardines, Atlantic mackerel, and cod. This is powerful information, but information is only powerful when it's put into action. So, my challenge to you is this: the next time you go grocery shopping, make a conscious effort to choose one of the healthy fish we've discussed today. Try a new recipe, experiment with different flavors. Notice how you feel when you consistently fuel your body with clean, nutrient dense foods. This is a journey, not a destination. It's about making small, sustainable changes that add up to a big impact on your health over time. And to help you on this journey, I have a few more resources for you. Before you go, I want to make sure you're fully equipped to make these healthy changes stick. So I have a multi step call to action for you. First, if you found this information valuable, you're going to want to watch our next video on the top 5 brain boosting foods for seniors. In it, we go beyond fish and explore other foods that can help you stay sharp and focused for years to come. Click the link on the screen or in the description below to watch it next. Second, I know we covered a lot of information today, so to make it easy for you to remember everything, I've created a handy one-page guide that you can save to your phone or print out. It lists the 4 toxic fish to avoid and the 4 healthy fish to enjoy. To get your free guide, click the second link in the description. Save this guide for a step-by-step breakdown you can take with you to the store. And finally, if you want to continue on this journey to optimal health and well-being, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. In part 2 of this series, I'll be revealing the surprising truth about shellfish and whether or not it's a safe choice for seniors. You won't want to miss it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Here's to your health.